Hey guys, ravdav here. It's been a little while since I've done a how to make a set uh, video. The last one's pretty outdated now. That was just before Santa had come out. We got a couple other classes since then, a few different runes and whatnot. So wanted to update it, but I wanted to start all the way from scratch and show how I get the class gear, how to work with the rune merchant, and everything like that. So I just redeemed a class. Crap, 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 crap. Well, that was a pretty bad. I'm going to stick the bow in here. I just sell that stuff. I mean, if it's really bad, I just break it down and try and get some books out of it. Look, I got an unbreaking book, so not the best book, but at least I have it for that. They did change up some of these classes. The plate mail of Athena no longer has protector on that. They moved that over to the leggings. But what you do is you move that. Oh, and that's beautiful. So, I mean, that's only an Aegis 4. It'd be nice if that were maxed. But that has 6 slots. So, I may use that to do... And see, Bless 3 isn't too bad on that with 5 slots. I think I've got some better starting helms. But we may consider using that as well. Something else I do, especially if it has very poor slots, and I'll just do it just to show off what it is I'll just hit the merchant with that helm, and then I'll take that, see if I can get a blessed rune out of it. The rates are pretty low, so I'm not too successful on that, but you do it enough times, and you have a decent chance. So this has dodge 4, 6 slots. Man, if that was just dodge 5, that'd be really, really good. But it's not, so I may not end up using it for that. The sword was pretty bad too. The boots aren't that terrible, just for running around. So I'll hang on to them. The kids like having a little bit of speed while they're doing that. No books from that one, so we'll carry on with mage class. This one you get a good spectral and very poor roll. Bad sword and everything, so let me put those speed boots away, and then I'll just stomp these down real quick. There, I got another book, another unbreaking, interestingly enough. Okay, got a couple more classes. Now the leggings, bad roll. Okay, that whole thing was pretty bad. Some speed 3 boots. And the bow, not too bad with the arrow rain 5. I don't need any arrow rain 5 runes, or I might merchant that one. I don't need a single arrow. So I'll just smash those down. Oh, vault. I'm still doing classes. Got one more. So on here, we have a health boost 1. Really bad rolls on all my classes today. So I'm glad I have some. So this one has crushing 5. So I'm going to merchant this one, and then we'll hope for, darn. A crushing 5 rune would have been awesome, but not going to happen today. These are the unbreaking books, and the rest of that was garbage, right? No, a speed 3. Just some crap gear. And just diamonds, so we'll put the diamonds away. You know, those are 6 slots, but let's see. This one had Protector 5 on it. Maybe I'll go ahead and use this one. It won't be maxed on the Aegis. So see, this one has Dodge 5 with 6 slots. These ones are Skulls Your Enemies. Some people don't like the Shadow Step, but I'm going to go ahead and use that for this. And some people really get mad when I use a Crown of Arete for the helm, since the health boost is on it. First gear to pop is your helm. And it just makes people just so antsy that I'll toss something like that on there. But, you know, if they're going to pop me, they're going to pop me. I like to keep an extra helm in my hotbar. But, so the first thing you need to do is see this projectile protection on there. This one's okay. Fire protection needs to be taken off. So these 2 pieces I need to clean up a little bit. Let me move these out of the way. And Yeah, we'll do that right now. So these two, what you got to do is you got to get some diamonds in your inventory, and you need an iron block. Let me grab a pick just to make sure I remember to take this down. And you need some way to be able to um, get hurt. So I'll just shoot myself. Here we go. So place the block down. And my boots didn't take any damage, so I'll do it again. There we go. So now when I take these off, if I don't lose them, of course, is you just repair them. And decreased is okay. See, that one's good now. This one is also good. It left the protection 4 on there, which was very nice of it. A lot of times it'll take everything off, so you just have to reapply those later. But that actually worked out very well. Let's go back in now and put those away. And let's get working on this gear now. So there's my diamonds. There's that block. I put this gear back on just for fun. Alright, and I'll put the bow away. So here's what we got. I'm going to work with that gear. I do have an axe that I was going to start working with, and it wasn't that one. Where was it? Now, you can work with some different axes. Oh, that's not a very nice name. These are ones I'm just going to start with. But this one's a good one. So this one already has crushing 5 on it with 5 slots. So, yeah. That'll be a great one. That'll be able to give me 6 lore as long as nothing breaks. And I'm going to go head up to my rune room. Alright guys, if you remember the rune room, I've got them all alphabetized. We got weapon ones here, we've got armor ones here, and some bow ones here. So they're alphabetized, lots of extras. What I've done is I've gone ahead and pulled out a bunch of the max runes that I'm going to be using. Some of them still need combining, but I should have everything I need to kind of get this going. And I do have an Aegis 5 rune that I can upgrade that one slot. But I figure since that's already Aegis 4, we'll go ahead and start doing the other ones just to make sure everything's good. And I do have 5 protection runes. No reason not to go ahead and apply these now. 4 and 5. Okay, so everything's ready to go. We don't want the gear to break. Some people don't put them on for the first one, and they're like, well, if it breaks, it breaks. I'm going to restart anyway. I don't think I'm going to restart on any of these, and I'm hoping that stuff doesn't break on me. So, got some weapon runes and everything. Most of these do need combined at least a little bit, so we'll get going there. I'm going to show off my set. I don't know if you guys had seen this yet, but here's what I have on my helm. Now, the dodge and life essence stack. So you can see on here that I used the Crown of a Reed as well. Started with the health boost and life essence. Added stealth 4, anti-life 10. Anti-life 10 is a helm rune only. So I got spiked and eye patch on there. Titan forged. Time heal is also a helm rune. So make sure you get those 2 on there before you max out your helm. Bomb Aura 5 is a chest plate only rune, along with Aegis. I have Unholy, Fat 6, Icy Veins 4. Got some more life essence on there, and my Wolves 8. On the leggings, I have my Wild Mark, Life Essence. There's some room I can go on this. Explosive Immunity, Spectral 7, some more Dodge, and my Necromancer 10. My boots, I have the Titan Forged again, some Life Essence and Dodge, Blessed, the Pyromaniac 5. Pyromaniac is a boot-only rune, along with the jump and speed, of course. And I do prefer jump 2 over jump 3. I've mentioned that before, and that's still how I like it. And then, so there's my bow. I get a lot of grief over kill streak only being 3, but without having Cupid class, I can't upgrade that. So it's where I had to start. It had 6 slots, so it was a really easy bow to start working with. Everything else, though, is maxed on here. And then, of course, the axe. It only has 9 on there right now. in anticipation of either maybe something nice coming out to add to it, or eventually I could put trophy or something else on there. The stuff like efficiency and fortune 3, those are just for fun. They don't actually do anything to the weapon. But that's kind of where I'm headed with this set. So I know this one does have Shadow Step and Rift Control, but again, on my boots, I only have, what is it, 7 things on there. So adding Shadow Step and Rift Control to this, that'd only bring it up to 9. So I think I'll just be fine. I won't have to slot it really at all. I'll have it at 9, and we'll go from there. But let's get started on applying the runes, and I'll show you kind of my tricks for it, and hopefully it'll work and not embarrass me. But let's start with some weapon runes. Let me just move these over here. We'll go with the trick shot. So this is why I have these all organized nicely. I just need 2 really bad runes. So get the worst rates. That one's really bad, huh? Everything worse than that doesn't look like it. So I need some XP. So let me grab some out. And I will wizard these now. You don't have to go to shop for it. You can just toss them in. So there's my trick shot 5. Bam, bam. Now I have a 9573. So what I do now is I actually gift these over. My wife's account is in the AFK pool. So I gift this to her. And then I have her open that. And then I send this one over as well. And then what I do is I just open that and apply it. And I don't know if you could hear the sound on that, but I'll gift it back to myself. It worked just fine. So sometimes people complain that the 95s don't work very well, but I found out that some people like to put it in H and expire it and then pull it back out, and that seems to work for them. Sometimes they just don't work. So it doesn't work every time, but I have great success sending it over to a different account via the gift and then putting something else on. So we can go ahead and do that with, let's do execute now. So here's my execute back in. What rates are we at right now? We're at 53.79. We might need a couple of these depending on their rates. So let's just start with some 40s and see where that puts us. There was that 40 there. There's a 28. We've got a few bad ones that we can do. Where'd that 40 go? Right there. So let me wizard this again. And that should put us, yeah, that's not too bad. So on here now, maybe grab, like this 87 wouldn't be bad. And I saw some lower ones at 22. Let's see if that is enough to get us up to 95% with this one. And it's not quite, but that's close enough for me. So I, again, will gift this over. Let me open that real quick so it'll accept. And then, and it worked just fine. Gift. Ravdav. We'll send that back. So far, so good. 2 for 2 runes on there. So you can see it's already looking pretty good. We got the execute on there. We got the crushing on there. And the trick shot with 3 slots to go. So let's go ahead and get dual wield. This one needs some serious work on it. So it actually looks like I'm going to need some more XP. That's okay. I've got plenty. If I can hit that without hitting the sign. Alright, this dual wield at 17. So let me get going on this and I'll be right back. Alright, bump this up a little bit. It's at 79% right now. This should toss it over the top, no problem, and it does. So let's gift this over. And we'll see if we can go with 3 in a row, no problems. And there we go. Gift ravdav. Alright, so that one's looking real good now. We got the dual wield. We've got trick shot, execute, crushing, with 2 more to go. So let's toss this kill streak on there now. And I have some kill streak runes. This one's about 50%. Shouldn't be too bad to get this one up. There's a 47. Got a couple low ones, and I'll just use these to get rid of them. Oh, that one's really bad. A couple really bad. Let's see if that's enough. Where's my kill streak? 6. Those were... Let's just get rid of those right now. It's going to take it... it didn't take it very much at all, huh? That's alright. We'll go now. A couple 47s. You're looking a little bit better. Oh, this isn't going to do much either, is it? I need one decent one and we'll be fine. Let's just grab this one right here. And now, kill streak 6 should now be a 95% one. So, let's gift that back over to Jessica. And, oh. And gift it back to me. So that's looking pretty hot now. It's 2, 4, 5 of our things on there. Let's take a quick look at what else we need to put on there. So we can put Petrify on there. Annihilate. And Rage and Corruption. So let's Annihilate does some damage, and I know I have an Annihilate 5 somewhere. Let me just find it. So here's some of my... Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so let's wizard this one up real quick. Annihilate is up here. And... I wonder if that'll be enough. Because it already is. It's just under 50. Sometimes it seems like when they're under 50, they just take longer to bump up. This may not be enough. It's not. We just need 2 really crappy ones, though. So, my worst percentage, there's a bad one. And 42 looks like it's going to be it. So let's toss those in there, and 95-40. Alright, here's the last one for now. And we'll toss that there. Open it up. Toss that there. Open it up. And it applied. Very nice. Very nice. So you can see right there, I started with 5 slots on a Crushing 5 Axe, and we have 6 enchants on there now. So that's looking really nice. I like to toss Enrage on there, and I like to toss Corruption on there. So 2, 4, 6. What else? Oh, and Petrify. So I'll toss those 3 on there. To do that, of course, you need some slot crystals. Right now they're selling for about 400k. I like to grab them when they're less than that. But let me go ahead and toss this back in my PV. I just don't have room in that one. I'll toss them someplace else for now. This will become my new placeholder for the gear. So let's move on to what shall we do next? Do you want to do the boots? Boots are always scary for me because this Pyromaniac, man, those are hard to find. So let's go with a Pyromaniac. We just need a couple really crappy ones on this. There's a really crappy one. And that 57 might be the next worst one. So we'll grab that one. There. Back to the wizard. Pyromaniac. And we're 95. So, again, don't know if it's superstition or not, but I am going to continue to gift it over. And we'll just go from here. And Pyromaniac 5 works very nicely. Back to me. And there is our Pyromaniac 5 on there. Something I just realized, of course, is that I don't have a jump on there, and I probably should have put these on first. If I don't get my jump going, there was a decent jump. Here's a 1 for combining, though. So let me just grab a couple bad ones. There's a jump 3. I don't really use a jump 3, so it can be used for combining, but that'll bump it up to jump 3, and that's not what I'm looking for. There's a couple really bad ones, though. Oh, those are actually might be bad enough. It might not work. So let me get something a little bit better, I guess. There's a 27%. So we'll wizard that. There's that and that. Oh, not quite, but that should do good enough. Let's get that back over. And give that back over. Okay. And back to me. So with the jump 2 on it now. So I just compare that over to what I have on here. I had Life Essence, Dodge. Let's just leave those alone for now. And let's work on the other pieces. Those are the essentials on there that we need. As far as the helm goes, we can do that one next because we have our anti-life rune has to go on the helm, and time heal has to go on the helm. So we have our 5 slots there, so we got to at least get those ones on there real quick. So let's see what rates we're at. Anti-life is really close already. So let's grab, oh, that'll be just perfect for that. Which one was my anti-life? It's right there. And one other really mediocre. That'll do just fine. Alright, so let's wizard that. There, there, there. For some reason, I'm just not hitting that 95%, but they're still close enough, and it's working nicely. So, won't argue when it's working. And back to me. Okay, so let's get that time heal on there. Time heal's at 55. We're going to need a little work on that, but I have plenty of them. Those ones will be okay. And maybe those. Maybe let's see if that's enough. 5. And let's just do it like that. 82. That'll easily work with this. Okay. So, gift them back over. You're getting used to this drill, I'm sure, by now. Hopefully it's not too boring doing it, but just want to show you that it can be done. They don't all have to fail. And in fact, I hadn't had any fail until right then, and that one failed. I was thinking it. I was thinking that none of them had failed, and so what did it do? It failed on me. So that's when you get really depressed, and you go, well, crap, I have my anti-life 10 on there, health boost, life essence, please don't burn any more slots. So, and then here's probably the best advice I can give to you is right after it pops, make sure to put another protection rune on there. Because if it were to have 2 in a row that failed, oh, you'd never forgive yourself. Alright, well, let's, I don't know if I have another time heal 5. I think I might. I'll just have to go through everything. These are all my max runes. You saw the Aegis on there, Corruption 5. Oh, right there. So I do have another one, but I don't know another superstition or not, but I don't like to put that same one on there twice. It just still seems not to work. So let's go with something else. Let me see what I have on my other set. I'm not trying to copy this one exactly, but sometimes it just gives me an idea of what I should be doing. There's Eye Patch Stealth. We could do with this. Go with the Stealth right now. I remember seeing that one there. Let's just move these over and grab some Stealth runes. If I can figure out where the Stealth runes are. 54, 86. Those ones should work. That should get us, yeah, that's not too bad. This should pop us over the top. 95, 26. Alright, let's try this again. Same piece, different rune. I gotta open it first. Okay, and there. And that one worked nicely. So, let me gift it back over. And I don't know if I need to gift it back over each time. But it's something I've always done, and it works. So you hate to get off that working thing, because again, you hear a lot of people complaining that 90% ones are failed, and you can see from mine so far that it absolutely is not broken. At least if you do it this way. Where does the 5 go? Make sure we get that one into 8366. So a couple bad ones should work now. That one's pretty bad. Let's get a little bit better than that one just to make sure that goes over the top. Yeah, the 66 will work. All right. And there's our 95. So let's send that back over. Open it up. Oh, and it failed again. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. We are down to one slot on there, guys. So, oh boy. That is when you start wondering if you've made some bad life choices. Okay, so that helmet's pretty crappy at this point. And I've burned my anti-life 10 on there already is the sad thing. So, take a look at this. Take a look at this. I'm looking at the other screen. So, that's not that good, and I still need time heal on it. I don't know if I have another time heal, so that's something I'm going to have to start keeping an eye out for. So this set obviously won't be finished today, but I have a couple more places for these. Pyromaniac. I've been saving as many of these as I possibly could. I'm going to be making sets for each of my children and Deadly Candle for my sister. So I have many of the runes that I'll need, but I certainly don't have them all. So yeah, that's where my maxed were. That dodge 4 obviously isn't maxed. Here's that life essence. But that was not what I was hoping for on here. But sometimes you just have to roll with it. Let me get this fat and the icy veins on here. Obviously, I'm going to have to use some slot crystals to make that a little bit better. It's always nice to check A8. Sometimes you'll get a surprise and there'll just happen to be one in there. But it doesn't look like we're going to get lucky today. I've already got Wild Mark 3s. Soul Shot. Alright, well that was a rough one. That was a rough one. I do like to take a look at the enchanted creeper eggs and see if they're worth buying. I'm going to grab those. Alright, well let's move on. Let's move on. I'm going to put those in my PV. I got to remind myself where I was sticking those things. There's that. There's that. Let's work on this chest plate. So I need to get the really important ones I want to get on here. I want to put at least the fat on there. And at least, well, the bomb aura has to go on there. And I like to put the icy veins with it, just because that kind of works with the plate now that's already on here. I do like my eye patch and spike to go either on my chest or my leggings. And I typically do split up my spectral, like onto the leggings. Everything else just kind of needs to go somewhere. They're not too important where at that point. I do have the dodge on the leggings already, so that'll get me started there. Again, the dodge and the life essence are confirmed for stacking, so I don't know why I thought dodge and went to the dodge chest. I was going to start with fat. Let's do fat, guys. Okay. So we're at 57. I thought I just saw, there's another dodge 6. Fat 6, very nice. A bad rate, so nice to have. Typically keep those max ones in my PV though. Okay, fat, fat. Just some lower rate ones. Or the lower level at least. Let's see what we can do with Wizard here. So here's 179, so we just need a couple more. Maybe not that low though. This should more than do it. Let me toss these back in here. And gift this off. Okay, fat 6. Good to go. Let's work on Icy Veins. It's just right here. And it's at 68 now. I don't worry too much about the destroy rates. If I get a couple really good ones, we might be able to do it with just one wizard. I might do it just a couple lower just because I don't want to burn all those Icy Vein 3. I know it's not maxed, but it's still not too bad on it, so I'm going to hang on to those ones. 17. What did I do that's not working? I need some more XP already. Let me get some more out. Oh, pretty close. So these two will easily do it. Okay. Gift that back. And gift that back. And we have Icy Veins 4. So very good. Those two are pretty expensive ones to do. So it's nice to have those working. You know, it's stuff like this, where this one's already 98, so I just toss it on. Spike 2 is good to go. Our Bomb Aura 5 is our next one that we definitely need to get on there as a chest plate one. That was pretty bad rate, so let's another Bomb Aura 5 right there. And that should be enough to get us wizarded up. Wizarded. I don't think that's actually a word, but we'll roll with that. 43. So you can see that first one, just getting it over that 50%, man, it just takes a while. But from here, it's usually not too bad. That one got us up pretty good. Let me just find a couple more crappy ones. 62. Let's go with that one. Okay, so let's send this back over. Oh, and it failed. Man, I'm having a brutal day today. I've had some hard times before where I've actually just flat out restarted on an axe. But let's see what else we got. Everything was going on there nicely. I did have another bomb or a 5 right there. It was a little bit better rate, so hopefully we can combine that up real quick. Ah, that should do it just fine. So let's go there, there. This will easily get it for us. Oh, not an eye patch too. There it is. Okay, 95.50. So, send it back over. Oh my gosh, and it failed too. Alright, alright. Okay. We'll give up on that one for now. That one is not... And you know what? I completely didn't listen to my own advice, and I didn't stick a protection rune on there. So that one only had like a 1% fail, I think. I'll have to check the video on it. But it fortunately didn't blow up. With my Icy Veins 4 and Fat 6 on there, you would have seen a grown man cry right there. That would have been very, very sad. Giving up on that for now, guys. That one's was not making the progress I wanted it to, so our boots might end up with more stuff than I had anticipated, but that's okay as well. Let's get these other things on here. Still got eye patch, like the wolves. Look at that wolves rune. That one's really bad, really bad. And let's see what I can get on here real quick, and we'll go from there. But let's do protector first. All right, it was at some decent rates, so we shouldn't need much on here. There's a 57 and a 32. That might be enough. Oh, guess I can't put the pants into the wizard. It actually wasn't. Alright, let's grab a couple really bad ones. 29. 23. Alright, as bad as it's gonna get. That should do it for us. Okay. And the rune. Okay. There are 5 more slots to go. So let's get this spectral up here. This spectral's pretty bad, right? So I am avoiding a lot of these spectral 6s. I know they're not maxed on it, but if push came to shove, I could certainly use those for something. So I have some really good ones and some really bad ones. Let me get this up and I'll be right back. Alright, before I got the phone call, I did get this up to 95 and 1, so I'll give this over. Just want to make sure you guys see this work, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to work for me. And it does. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so we got our protector dodge spectral on there. Let's go with, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get that wolves up there. That wolves 0%, man. That's pretty brutal on it. So let's just grab like everything. See that 100% wolves 1, that'll help a lot. Show you basically what I did to this other one. A lot of really good combining ones here. That's why I hang on to them. So let's take wherever that wolves went. Where is it? There. And we'll just start with, these ones and see how far it gets us. 14. That's pretty rough. So here's a couple more. Once you get that up to about 50%, things just really seem to go better. There's 51 right there. So let's toss that 100% on there and see what that does. There's 79. And I bet that'll be more than enough right there. So didn't even have to use as many as I feared. We'll toss those back in there for later. So here's our gift. Open that up. And one more. And it worked like a charm. Okay, so Wolves 8 is on there now. What else do we have to do? I really need to get eye patch on something. Not that these other ones aren't very important, but eye patch is something that you have to have. I have to have at least. Let's start with a little bit better rune, just so we're not wasting all our time trying to... Well, there we go, right there. There's a 96-1. Maybe I'll put that on in a second. Let's see what else we got real quick. We could put our Necromancer on there. I'm just going to put this one on here. Boom. Eye patch 2. Alright, we have 2, 4, 5. With 2 slots to go. So, let's see if I have enough combining runes for Necromancer. That one's pretty low rate. And I might have enough. I'm going to hang on to that 9. 9. I should have plenty for it. But those are also famous last words, so let's make sure it works. Actually, those are all... Yeah. Already out of XP again. Can you believe that? We get back in. Burning through the XP for this. Got it all the way from there. So, those were both really high rates though, so that's probably why. Let's, oh boy. This makes me scared though. Because I've put some on there, sent them off, and then it didn't work. And this one is another really hard one to kind of get your hands on, so... And it failed! Oh no, it was after I put it on. Didn't that happen last time? I put something on, and then I sent it to Jessica to put on, and it failed. Ah! That's rough, that's rough. Well, go back to my advice and put that protection rune on immediately. We had our Necromancer 10 fail. Well, I'm going to put those away for right now. I'm going to work on those ones later, but hopefully you got a good idea. You kind of saw my success with it. Here's where I'm at right now. Helmet's lacking. Chest plate has an excellent start. Same with the leggings. They're all real good starts on here. I mean, I certainly have room to go on the boots, and maybe I'll do that after I end this. But the other thing you have to make sure to finish off your guys' set when you're building this stuff is you need to get this to sharp 5. You need to get... You don't really need to get on breaking on here, but it's not a bad idea. You have to have protection 4 on breaking 3 on all of your armor. So the best way to do that is either to use books or to combine it with other plain gear. So this one's P2 on breaking 1. These boots would just get destroyed quickly. Even though it's P4, it has no unbreaking on there, so you have to get that up. But hopefully that gives you a good idea how to get started on your gear. And I'll show one more time kind of what my current max set is that I'm using. And that should be a decent goal for where you should try and go. I mean, it will take some in-game money to get some slots, get some protection runes. And there's my bow and the axe, and that's what I use. So hopefully it gives you guys a good start. It's kind of updated. I do not, let's go over the runes real quick. Do not put bad vision on your gear, okay? That rule still stands. Bad vision will give you a solid black blindness when you go blind. Not a good idea. Captain's not bad if you're fighting with your friends. It doesn't help you specifically. I don't put demonic aura on there because they're using anti-life. It can heal your opponent. I do not put fearless on there because I do use anti-life. So if I'm getting poisoned or something, it'll actually heal me instead. Same with the flame cloak. Why I do not use flame cloak as compared to demonic aura. I've never liked flame elemental. It just bothers me. The blazes always shoot me, so I don't use that. I do not use judgment the way it is right now. It knocks off your health boost. Not a fan of it at the moment. Reinforced. There's some people that have concerns about how reinforced work, and that it makes it so that your plate mail doesn't work the same and can lead to getting one shot. As far as I'm concerned, though, if you have your plate mail on something besides your chest plate, it's easily replied. Some people like to double it up and put it on your boots so that you can reapply them very quickly in combat. Personal preference there. Reinforced, I don't think is bad though. If you lose your procs due to like purge or something, uh, when you're getting low on your health, it can certainly put them back on for you. I'm not a big fan of Shadow Step. Rift Control's alright. Um, Thanksgiving, I think, is kind of silly. I mean, if you have Blessed, I don't see the point. Time Heal's great for healing your allies up. I still do put Unholy on there. I know that's controversial based on what I just said about Demonic Aura and Flame Cloak, but I still stick that on there. Titan Forged, there's some controversy about that one being stackable or not. So, I have it on multiple pieces, and sometimes it seems like it procs, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if it's just random or what. I do like the Wild Mark and Wolves, and that's about it for the armor enchants. Let me know if you guys have any questions on it. Hope that guys get you started on a set. There's nothing wrong in making a Warzone set that's not maxed like what I'm doing here, but let me know if you guys have any questions on it, like I said, and let me know how your guys' sets are coming. And one more time, I want to thank Mushy Taco. He had helped me quite a bit when I got this set started for making a max set. I'd never really make the max sets before, but he showed me that it's really not that bad. So props to him for helping me with that and passing it on to you guys. I'll see you guys around.